is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Anyway, welcome back to Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It. This is Sunday Nights Live. And yeah, hi Shelly and Anthony, how are you? How are you doing? I hope that you had a great week, great weekend. Hi Voon. Gosh, missed you last Sunday. I don't know if you caught any of the live last Sunday, but 30 days to get out. How do you like that? So it is hot here. I originally had on that white sweatshirt because now I'm covering up because I'm losing so much weight. So yeah, hello Chris, happy Sunday. Hello Erin, how are you, love? Happy Sunday. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I had to take that sweatshirt off because it was so hot. Hello, Our Life. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a blessed week. Welcome in, welcome in. Last weekend, is that to me? Maybe girl's birthday weekend. Oh, yeah. I did see that, I think, on Instagram. Then I wrote something back to it. Jason Fiacco, seriously? Well, well, well. Hello, how are you? I know Jay Fiacco from around the way, but he's actually in a live, so everyone say hello. Hello, Red Silo Homestead. Saying happy Sunday, Melody. Hello, happy Sunday. I'm hot. Yeah, that's what I put too. Wait, did I put happy birthday on her thing on Instagram? No, I think I saw for Veterans Parade, I think it was. So, how was everyone's week? How was your weekend? Oh. So I was just telling Boone that she missed a lot last Sunday's live, huh? She'd have to go back and watch it. But yeah, 10 people in here, 5 thumbs up. Thank you, Erin. Hi, Paul, my favorite person. I saw your comment, and you gave me a good laugh, so thank you for that. Mitch, or Michelle, I'm not sure which one it is. It's from, I gotta think, Laura Vitale's husband has camera on his chickens, and that is where ABCAYEMICH is from. Remember I used to talk about it all the time? How are you? I just always just think it's either Mitch or it's Michelle. I'm pretty sure it's Michelle. But hello, welcome into my live. How are you? Happy Sunday. So just hanging in till Tuesday for groceries. It's always something, isn't it, Erin? Hi, Posmaquati. Hey, girl. Look. So I got a little bit of a smile the other day because I need a lot of smiles. And I was like really, really busy, obviously. And there was a purple envelope sitting on my step. Just something a little cute, make me smile. Look at these slippers she crocheted me. Are they not adorable? I didn't try them on yet. I should try them on now, shouldn't I? Oh, I didn't even notice the bottoms. There's the bottoms. Look at that. How cool. So 2 slippers, and you know, being a new pressure canner, she had made me 2 beautiful pot holders, and here are 2 more beautiful pot holders. Are they not nice? So big shout out for Posmaquati. What a big old smile on my face. I greatly appreciate it. And then you all saw the mail call shout out from Red Silo Homestead. He and his wife had sent me Ensures, but they are the protein Ensures. So kind, believe me. I'm trying, but I looked at myself and boy, oh boy. Stress will do it. I'm like disintegrating to nothing. Abs is fine. Okay, I could do that. Hi, Abs. What is it? Joe's. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a brain fart. I can't think right now. I got so much in my mind. Um. Oh, just write it, Abs. You can watch his chickens. Hi, Donna Griggs. How are you? Oh, there is the usual comment. Hi, my beautiful honey bunny. Hi, how are you? I know I see these lovely comments, everyone, and I really do appreciate it because it is hard right now, boy. I'm going through it. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm always going through something, but this was a little bit of a side swipe, well, a lot big of a side swipe. And, yeah, it's just crazy. Let's see, but welcome in, everyone. We'll get started in a few. I hope your feet are warm. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I want to try them on. Let me try one on right now and see if they fit, because they're just too stinking cute. I just don't want them to touch the floor in here. Ooh, they fit all snugly. Look at that. They fit. I love them. Thank you so much, Posmaquati. They will come in handy, believe me you. Believe me you. I love them. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Sorry I missed you at the coop today. Oh yeah, I did go in. Nobody was saying anything, so. And I can't stand doing this. Hi, Cindy Brown. How are you, darling? I hope that you're okay. How's everything going? I just lost the Crocs, but they don't actually fit. Jared's ex-girlfriend Lindsay got them for me, and they're too small. Crocs are weird. You can't get the right size, but I want to show y'all something. Since, you know, someone that's a moderator for chickens. Okay, so on a happier note, you all know my chicken, at least my one chicken, has been laying eggs. I wasn't sure which one was doing it, and it ended up, I opened up the Fluffy Butt Hut and I saw a Wyandotte, silver lace Wyandotte in there, sitting on that spot. Her eggs are starting to get a little bit bigger. There's the egg. I'll post it over on Instagram, but I do have to say this. I must be doing something right because of the factor the yolks are completely like an orangey yellow. I made scrambled eggs for Jared and Gavin the other night when they were here from Jimmy's Friends Chickens, and they were white, like white eggs. They were sticking in my frying pan, and I cracked the eggs, and mine were like this color that they're supposed to be. Well, look at this today. Somebody actually laid in the nesting box too, but look, do you see the color? Totally different. Does that mean I have another chicken that's laying an egg? These are starting to get a little bit bigger. They were really pretty tiny, so that's exciting. I just want to go up and see something very quickly. Okay, Abs. So yeah, Abs, that's my chicken eggs. Sheila B, hello from North Carolina. Hi, how are you? Happy Sunday. Thank you for coming in. I really do appreciate it. 15 people in here already. 11 thumbs up. Hooga, darling, I love you. I love you. Did you see my title? I'll explain my title in a second. Mail call you did for Melody at Red. Yeah, it was amazing. Something else they did too, but I just don't know if they want me to disclose it. They can post that on there if they want me to or not. But blew me away. I was on the phone with my neighbor and just did like one of those moments, like I usually never say the God's name in vain, and I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, because it shocked me, and just wow. But love you, Hooga. Let's see. Oh, those are so cute, says Voon. They are, aren't they? Oh, how sweet is that? They were like really tiny. What they start laying? Like about a week and a half ago? I think my neighbor just asked me that question. How many eggs have I gotten so far? And I want to say 8. This newer color might be the 9th egg, but maybe that's a good sign that a second chicken is starting to lay, because this was in the nesting box. There's only one fake egg out there, and they're starting to move that fake egg around. So, yeah, of course, Jimmy found it. So, um, hmm. I know it's crazy, Erin. Yeah, I didn't want you sliding and falling. Thank you, Posmaquati. Those are beautiful. Aren't they so cute? Beautiful. Ugh, keep my energy up. Listen, I'm trying really hard to keep my energy up, but I am disintegrating in front of my own eyes, and that is the truth. Hello, Pam. Good evening. Everyone say hello to my dear friend Pam. Join me in the dirt. Go look at her video. Um, I saw it. I was laying in bed last night. We're having a heat wave here, and I should have been passed out, and I was having trouble sleeping, obviously, and I was sweating. I was like, what the heck? I saw her video posted, so I watched it on the console, and then I watched it on my phone today and commented it. So, yeah, go check her out. Hungry hens. Yeah, hopefully I'm feeding on the right things. Durum corn now, the sunflowers, the bag mixture with the pellets. I give them protein. I'm trying to feed their eggs back to them. I waste even the ones that aren't eating. I don't know if you should do that or not, but I'm not a chicken pro. Even the eggs that I didn't finish, I took out there and fed back to them because I heard that's good for them. So, and then a day later, I have a new egg. Weird color. Hello, Suzanne. Let's see. Erin says, you are like me. Stress makes me not eat. Some people makes them pig out like my husband. Yeah, I'm there. Well, I can honestly say I spoke to Red Silo Homestead when that package came in. What was that, Monday? And I guzzled one. It's like it's protein. It's not the regular Ensure where it's like 280 calories, but it's got like 30 grams of protein. I just guzzled a French vanilla. And then, let me see if I have my facts straight. That night, I was hungry and I wanted Hunan shrimp. So I had that. Had leftovers the following night. Had to plug my nose on the chocolate ones because they're pretty chalky, but what are you gonna do? I'm drinking it. And then it made me want to eat something else. What was I gonna say? I had something else. I can't think of what it was. I had 2 egg rolls and a half wonton soup yesterday, and I finished the rest of the wonton soup later. I'm eating something once a day, but not, 3 meals or whatever. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Jason Fiacco. Appreciate it. Let's see. Last thing Jay Fiacco knew, well, I think he was out probably having a few cocktails, was that, me and Jimmy were living together. And now Jimmy sold the house, so there you have it. Let's see. Hi, Red Road Homestead. Hello, welcome in. Happy Sunday. I'm just trying to say hello to everyone first. Creative Girl Homestead, hello. How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Mel, I'm doing well. Sending you good vibes, hon. Do you see this? It's like, my nerves are just shot and I'm hot. But thank you. I really do appreciate it. What, they're too small? No, Posmaquati, they're like the perfect fit. I promise you. Perfect fit. I will be wearing them. Everybody's saying hello to everyone in the chat. It's perfect, Mel. Nothing better. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I usually I was going over when things were a little bit more chill. I was going over. Oh, Joe Did It. I think it's called Joe Did It. And he has a camera on his chickens and all. And before mine were like even big enough to go outside, or mine were getting ready to come in, we would communicate back and forth, and I would talk about the coop and this, that, and the third. And that's how we became friendly, from Joe Did It, where he has a camera on his chickens, and you know, the moderators over there, lovely. But that's who I took to, and kept complimenting me, I guess, on seeing some of my different chicken videos and things like that, and just, ah, tickled. Absolutely tickled to meet great people. Don't stress if they stop laying when you move, they are just adjusting. Yeah, so let's go into that in a minute. Let me make sure I'm saying hello to everyone. Yes, you have another chicken laying. Good. Good. That's exciting, right? Up the ante. Up the ante. Yes, different chicken. Ooh, so exciting. Something to be excited about. Yep, that means you have a second egg laying chicken. Red Silo Homestead says, yay. So excited. They're all supposed to be brown, like the dark brown, but I guess it'll get there, but that's okay, because that made me realize, and he sent me the picture from outside of, it was actually in the nesting box. My Wyandotte, that's been the only one laying, and her eggs were so teeny tiny that this is actually bigger. They're not washed. But to see they actually used a nesting box, I was like, whoa. Because I have a New Hampshire red that yells at me all the time. God only knows what she thinks. She's doing that like squawk, squawk, squawk at me. I'm like, oh, whatever. And there's only two of them that give me a problem with going into the coop after they're out free ranging all day. Two of them usually make me have to fuss for a bit. Yes, another chicken's laying. Congrats. Thank you. Oh, Mona, yeah, I literally wanted to stay in there. Mona did like a quick live, like some type of giveaway. I wasn't there for the giveaway. I just am trying to be supportive where I can, when I can. And I just so happened to just sit down. She went live. And then my phone rang on the other line. And I was like, well, there went that. But I'll rewatch it, my friend. You know I love you. I'll be there to support. They're laying eggs, says Boone. Yes, they are. Welcome in, Mona. Just want to make sure I don't miss anybody before I start yapping. So we all know how that can go. I bet those eggs taste amazing. Nice rich yolk. Yeah, so that was my thing. Jarrett was like, oh, well, what about, can you make me potatoes with eggs? And his friend David, who got 4 chickens from, he doesn't even know where, he doesn't even know what they are. I've seen their coop. So I cooked them up because they were only going to go to waste. They were washed and in the refrigerator. I made that for Jared and Gavin. And then I made myself my own chicken eggs. And Jimmy walked by. I didn't offer him anything. And I said, this is the way scrambled eggs are supposed to look. This is the way the yolk is supposed to look, with that orangey yellow. And when I cooked it up, it was this bright yellow, you know? So that's a plus. So I did go into Jarrett and I asked him if he wanted to taste mine. He did, and he said it was very good. Gavin was just like, I like the eggs from the store. But that's his mom's. That's a whole other conversation, you know. Let's see. Everybody's still saying hello to everyone. No, that's the name of the site I'm on at. Laugh Out Loud Hungry Hens. Yeah. Yep, for sure. If you're a channel producing content, let me know so I can share your links. Yes, Paul and Boone. Suzanne helps out. Usually when Vandal the Land gets in, if Boone isn't here, he's been helping out. Everybody's been helping out with Sandale. And they post your links just for coming in, and, you know, they'll share out your channel. That's just my way of saying thank you and to show some love back, is to have my moderators post your channel. Hi, Doreen. Hello, Doreen. Food Prep and Resource. How are you, sweetheart? Happy Sunday. I hope that you had a blessed weekend. Now I have found you a place to be. What? Cindy? I wish. Don't even tease. My whole dilemma is going to be like the money down because me and Jarrett would do it. It's going to be the money down. And I've said this before. Thomas, I guess, spoke to Jean. It's on Thomas's house. And she was like, well, if she comes here, she'll pay rent. Well, duh. And I'm going there with like a gazillion dollars worth of food. But anyway, she was away this weekend. And I guess they have some catching up to do. But yeah, let me know about that, Cindy Brown. Great one said small. I thought you were talking about the slippers. Glad they fit. No, they fit great. That hand's too shaky to scratch my ass. Them nails might dig too deep on my little butt. Says, oh, thank goodness he's in here to make me laugh. Yeah, the Crocs were too small. They're like hard to get fitted right. And Lindsay had came over with 2 pair around Christmas. Really cute marbled color pair. Now they were like a 6. They don't fit. And I would love to have Crocs, but. And then I think these are, they're barely even on my feet. A 2. It says a J2. I don't know. They just don't fit. So I just threw them on so my feet don't get dirty in here because I took everyone's advice and just stopped cleaning. I'm not sure exactly yet, Passamaquoddy. Well, it's in, you did see last week's live. If you have not seen last week's live, go take a look at that. What I go live at 9, I think I found out at 6 o'clock, where he said, I'm selling the house. You have 30 days to be out. And I was just like, what the hell? But I had to talk to the kids first and tell them before I then came onto YouTube, because you can't keep a secret like that. Puffy paint. Yeah, it's on the bottom of them. Let me see. Am I missing anyone else? We need 2 more. 2 more what? Oh, thumbs up. Pam's saying we need 2 more thumbs up. Hi, Joe. I never did get the number. You didn't call me, my friend, and I was trying to keep an eye out for you. How are you, Joe Serrano? Yeah, not so much. They aren't, but, we'll get into a few. Just fill you in on kind of what's going on, Mel. You can turn them up if your ankles get cold, too. Thank you, Passamaquoddy. It really did put a smile on my face. Our life saying hi to Paul. Okay, I'm at the bottom. I said hello to everyone that's in here now. Okay, so what happened after live? Besides feeling exhausted on Monday. I stayed away from them for a while. Then I had like a notebook and I wrote some things down. I walked past them and said, let's go, let's do this. Sat at the table and I'm like, do you want the green fence that's outside, yes or no? And he said, no. I said, okay, because I think I'm going to use it for a bigger run for my chickens. I swear that makes me mad and sad for you. It sucks to when it's family and they know we don't. Let's say holidays are not going to be the same this year. That is true. Yeah, he tries to make me laugh, Joe. He is. He's doing well. I forget what he posted it under. I don't know if it was the live, but he made a comment under there and it was funny. I told Chris to go look at it today and he actually laughed. So, yeah, it made me laugh, and I don't know where I would be without YouTube right now, to really be honest with you. So, back to what I was saying, I decided to sit down with them with a book and be a responsible adult, see Who Wants Water, whatever. And I had told them Sunday night prior to going live, I said, this is not going to be good. This is not going to look good to anyone that's involved. The next day, right when I was getting ready to talk to him and asked him about the green fence, I think his number one concern was, well, did you tell everybody on YouTube I was looking for a job? I said, no, not really, because 1 a month or 2 a month applications is not really looking for a job, Jen. I offered an additional 600 plus on top of what I'm doing. And Jared, of course, he told him he could come here to then do that. And Jared would have paid an easy 300-400. And then I called him out for it. I said, even when I offered additional to help you save your house, it just seems like you have every excuse in the book. And he said, well, it wouldn't leave me with gas money. And I said, I'm done. I'm done. Um, just pure laziness. So besides that, green fence, yes, for me, because I'm using it for the chickens. The T-poster mine, he said. I'm like, yep. I said, what are we doing about the chicken coop? Because y'all know Jimmy built the chicken coop. And he said, I could see if my friend has a way we can lift it up over the fence. And then I guess he thought about it. And Thomas is, nobody's really talking to him, but Thomas was here yesterday. And Jimmy had came out and brought up something about his fence can come apart. And his buddy has, I guess, like a flatbed. I'm just not trying to stress my chickens out. My neighbor Debbie is going to look. She might have a dog crate from that maybe might hold three. So I just said to her earlier on the phone that maybe, and I said to Jimmy, if you can act like an adult because you're nobody's fan right now, maybe he'll allow you to go over there and because I initially thought it was all going to have to be unscrewed, but anyway, I guess it'll get. He did say, Mal, that can wait till the last. I also said, well, like, what if it goes over a few days? Is this going to be a bleeping problem? And he's like, no. I said, well, I don't want to walk on the property. It's not like I'm a squatter. Been here 2.5 years. I said, and then here I'm trespassing. And he's like, no. It's like, whatever. So chicken coop, yep, can take it. So there's a big deep freezer box downstairs that is technically his, and I said to him, I have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of food because it's my own fault. It's my bad. It's my bad to look after someone and then try to be 10 steps ahead of everything else that was going on. Y'all knew I was doing that because I told you all, the stockpiling, going out food shopping from the moment I got here because he had nothing. So I said to him, do you want the freezer box? And he said, no, you can have it. I mean, I have one, but it has produce and stuff in it. And he's like, no, you can have it. And about 20-25 minutes went by and he goes, do you think we could trade the freezer box for the wood? And I said, absolutely not. I said, the first thing that came out of Thomas's mouth, because that wood burning stove got put in here, and we're not stupid. Thomas had said, first thing that's coming off that property is that wood. When I got off alive last Sunday night, it was a little bit chillier. I did put the heat on. He said he was sweating the next day. I'm like, oh, of course you are when you're usually the one that's freezing all the time, but obviously can't put it on now because it's been hot here. So just a couple different items. Didn't really inquire about the apple trees. I don't know if I care or I don't know. So let's see. So I dealt with that Monday. I started working on, because you have to remember when I got the news, I was still harvesting, well, preserving and stuff. I have my pressure canner packed up that Boone got me. Some of the lids I have left from Pam I packed up. I did start with all the seeds because, I'm keeping it real. I would just have like 2 bags, pull the cases out. What do I mean? Let me show you. I have these photo box keepers and I would pull the containers out and I would put them in bags. My Greenstalk vertical planters came with stickers. I found them today and I put a sticker on each one of my boxes. But I would throw a bunch of things in and go out the door. Well, that was a mess. But I didn't think I was going to have to clean up. I started that, I guess, Monday. And then I had to walk away and leave it because now he wants to sit near me and be buddy-buddy and I ain't trying to be all that. So I let that go. I literally, Tuesday, was outside ripping everything out. Wednesday outside ripping everything out. Couldn't get out the door here on Thursday because he had a neighbor who's not a roofer up on fixing the roof. Different leak spots. And then when I walked out, I heard, quote unquote, the guy say something about like moisture in the attic and, oh, well, it's not your problem any longer. It'll be theirs. So I guess he's going to screw over his own niece. If she's smart, she'll get an inspector. So then Friday, today's Sunday, Friday I was out there ripping more stuff out of the beds, just getting rid of it. I saw some comments, don't save seeds. I know, I just feel like overwhelmed, and I should be, I shouldn't be, I don't know. And then Debbie has had something going on. She's been sick. Debbie came over on Friday night. She helped me do all the zinnia seeds that I've collected over the season. I gave her all the beans I harvested, extra peppers that I had harvested. The beets I gave to Debbie, so they're all ripped out. I do have a few more in the kitchen with purple top globe turnips. Those poor chickens went to bed and came out to all these greens and a couple purple top turnips. But they're out there, so they have to go. Um, yeah. And then yesterday, from about 11 o'clock in the morning till dark, like around, no, maybe it was 10, I was outside digging up all my perennials and potting them up. I did all that, and I was having a hard time closing my hands. My hands are so sore. So, what's left over in the garden, honestly, I don't know why I'm so considerate and I'm bagging up the mess, but it's just how I am. Um, In-ground garden, got to get to that, rip that stuff out. I know I was asking what to do with Swiss chard. I Googled it and it said blanch it and freeze it. So that's a possibility to be able to do that. Um, like a basil, maybe a marigolds left in the beds. So when Thomas came yesterday, it was nice out. He did the wood, took that out of here, had to come back, get the rest of the wood, then had to come back to get the rack. So that's time consuming in itself. And then I thought he was coming back to start taking some of the pots because I already had some done. And no, he was in my storage unit because don't forget I had one storage unit. He was over there cleaning up and was just kind of like, I'm not trying to kill myself, all day like you do. And I'm like, well, hello, I'm on a time limit. So that was that. And then this morning he called me. Someone left a message about just lifting the bed up, and I was like, are they referring to the bed to keep the soil on a block? So this morning I guess because he heard that, I was like, no, that's going to have to be taken apart, I'm sure of it. I don't know what's going to happen, really, to be honest. I can't say that Thomas's is a definite. It was just thrown out there to me, which I've said umpteen times I don't want to go to. But a roof over my head for the winter is fine, for now. Maybe will come spring. I don't know. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm most likely not going to be gardening next year. Me being in a room there without being able to use the outside besides taking care of the chickens is probably not going to be good for my mental well-being. And when I first got here from all the stress, y'all, like Boone and people that have been following me a long time saw how skinny I was, that I didn't even want to take a shower because I don't like to look at myself, and I can see it happening again without getting choked up. So the stress is taking a toll on me. So I got all the seeds packed up. That's done. The few books, like Boone bought me the Julia Childs, my books, my herbal ones. That's all done. Debbie really did help me out a lot with those seeds. I had a cookie sheet up there with zinnias. We did them. I mean, we just kind of sat at the table and just to get it cleaned off, And then today, I helped Thomas load up plants onto the truck. And he was going to come back to get more, and then it started raining. So that's a bummer, considering I'm on a time crunch. So then I went back to finishing up all the seeds, getting the stuff off the table. I packed up a whole bag of herbs, extra herbs. And the other bag is all like my bug out seed bags and stuff like that. And one box that has, a few cookbooks and whatnot. What's going to make it hard is in order to continue doing YouTube, to be able to cook and bake, I'm going to have to, when I pack, I have to think realistically, like this, if that's where I'm going, this is where that's going to have to go. So just a lot going on. I have not stopped at all. And then finished this job up today and went in to sit down for 5 minutes because, like I said, I couldn't fall asleep till 5:30 in the morning. And I think I dozed for like 10 minutes. I'm exhausted. Again, I don't like what I see. And I'm trying to eat. And I keep seeing these positive comments. And I thank you, everyone. last week it was suggested if everyone could post the situation or whatever on their community tab for everybody to run the playlist and watch the commercials would really sincerely help me out. I don't know, there were some super chats that were done. You know how YouTube works, so it's not anything over 100. You're not seeing it. So, yeah, whatever you could do to help, that would be awesome. I can see that the running of my videos with the commercials is working. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. What else did I get done? 4 totes he dropped off, but that's not going to do really anything. No, he didn't drop off. Well, I had to give him the money and he dropped it off. But I can't keep affording the totes. They're expensive. I need some boxes. I need something to wrap my jars in. I went to do a video to show you what I put up for this season, and it turned into the jars, the pantry, the up here pantry, and I was like, I'm not posting it. I'm just gonna do the jars of what I was able to get up. You know, I mean, I literally ran myself into the ground here. Feel like I was taken advantage of, which obviously I was, and yeah, so you know, a lot of positive comments are like, you got this, you can do this. But then I think it was Marlene. Marlene wrote a comment and she's like, I'm so ticked right now, but you got this. Like, you're strong. My ex husband used to say, oh, you're like a rock. You're so strong. I said, I think to Pam or to Debbie on the phone, like, I don't feel like a rock. I really don't know how I'm going to muster up the energy or the strength when I have no other help. Thomas works all week, so that could be another week that goes by. And it's like, am I going to make it in time? Is it going to be out on time? I just, like I said to him, I don't want to deal with the drama. You know, it's just whatever. So, yeah. I caught myself almost getting ready to cry when I saw the comment because I felt weak at that moment. Like, I just don't know if I could do it. I would be kidding myself and lying to all of you if I said, like, you know, oh yeah, I got this. Oh yeah, let me put myself through the ringer again. No, not at all. I got my teas packed up because, you know, Boone sent me a box of teas and I want to be able to take them over there. And just like my pressure canning stuff I got packed up, and but without boxes or somebody going to the state store for me, you know, it's going to be a lot harder to pack. So that's where I'm at. Hello, Grammy Karen. Good evening. Hoping things are going smoothly for you with this transition. Oh, I don't know, Grammy Karen. Hi, Tina Ladybug. Happy Sunday. So it's not like I'm sitting on my butt at all. I'm doing a lot. Hi, Melody. So glad I found you. Someday I'll get the hang of this. So technically challenged. Hi, Deb. That's my neighbor, Debbie, who sat here with me Friday night. It's not a great way to spend Friday night, but I mean, she cracks me up. She did raspberry leaves. I was working on bay leaves and I was leaving some of the stem, and she was getting ready to go and she's like, let me do that. You're leaving the stems in there. I said, of course I am, Deb. You know what I mean? But meticulous, and she likes that tedious stuff where my brain can't function on the tedious stuff right now, but it was good to see her. She hasn't been around in a while. I just keep sending bags of food over. But hi, Debbie. Yes, that's exactly what he wrote at Joe Serrano. That is it. If anybody wants to take a look at that, I'm not going to read it out loud, but that was Paul Honeyman's comment under either last week's live or whatever. So yeah, read that. Yeah, so Debbie was a great big help. We got the table pretty much cleared off, and then I had to finish it, and then I finished that today because yesterday I spent from like 10 o'clock in the morning until it was dark, just digging up and planting it in another pot, trying to get the soil, and so I still have 2 knockout roses. raspberry bush. Again, I don't know what's going to come of the apple trees. I have no idea. And Thomas just keeps saying, like, well, if you're going to be here, just use our garden. I'm like, well, Gene Gardens. He goes, we're not even sure what we're going to do this year. She might not even. And which he's just thinking about throwing all the dirt in his garden just for it to have somewhere to be. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, right. With a roommate like Mel, hard to believe he acted this way. Yep. Wait, trade what's yours for what's yours. Screw that guy. Yeah, it was like about the wood, but I have to be honest with you though. I'm not a dumb cookie. Well, apparently I am, but the whole wood burning stove was my idea. Cheaper on the oil, another means of cooking, another means of heat, so forth and so on. So that wood, he wanted to stay here. But when this first went down, well, like that Sunday, and I told Thomas before I went on live, and he was like, bleep, a bleep, 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 bleep. First thing coming off that property is that bleeping wood. So when Jimmy said something to me on Monday, like, can we trade the freezer box for the wood? I was like, no, Thomas is not going to stand for that. How does that wood come into play? At my place, I had a fireplace, so I ordered a cord, and then I left. And it went over to Thomas's. He brought over half a cord. So that just took up time right there, He does work all week. And I was helping him throw the wood into the back of the truck. He took that back, stacked it, had to come back for the rest of the wood, take that back and stack it, come back for the racks. And then he was in my storage unit, I guess, trying to clean it up and figuring out where he's going to be able to fit things without us having to get another storage unit. So I don't know. It's just craziness. And what scares me is I think the freezer box downstairs is going to be god awful heavy for anyone to lift. I'm not involving Johnny. I told him and I said, you're going to have to get your cop buddies together and, put some muscles up. I thought those guys, they could probably get it out, but it's still going to be heavy. I may have to actually empty that, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it to fit all back in. And the only other thing he said to me was the refrigerator, which is a crappy one downstairs. He's like, oh, I promised that to my niece. I'm like, well, I don't want it anyway. I have an LG refrigerator. So I will have to take that stuff out, of course. And I think the last I heard is he may want to put this refrigerator in the garage instead of the storage unit so it doesn't take up as much room. So maneuvering all this food, I literally had said to him, do you have any idea how much food I have here? A lot. Like enough to eat for 3 years comfortably. But you're right, Grow Lab. You're right. If you're looking for similar channels, go back to the start of the chat and click on the links I've been sharing. Yeah, that would be my neighbor, Debbie. She's kind of new to this all, so go easy on her, Paul. Paul. I don't understand. It makes no sense. And then because it's an inside sell to a family member, going like that. And you know what? Not for nothing. Let's keep it real. Why not? I've been real this long. She, like I said, she'd be an idiot not to get an inspector. But between mice and this, that, and the third. But what I've been trying to do to my brain is write down and I also reached out to Pam as a suggestion, like, what should I do? But her daughter called. But I've asked Debbie, I'm like, do you think I should do this first, then go to this? Because I had a lot ripped out of the beds. I have all the zinnias out of that pot gone. Anything that's food related is gone out of the beds. It's just a couple odds and ends. And I'm just at the point where it's like, I'm just not ignorant. So there's a little bit pile of some scraps that have to be bagged. This was really a kicker. Sat on his ass, watching me. Didn't lift a finger. And I had to run in for a minute. I needed a drink. I had pains in my chest. And I said, Jim, do you think you can at least get the bag from the back of the garden and put it on the wheelbarrow, even if you can't carry it, and put it to the trash? I come in, I sit down for 5 minutes, try to drink a Gatorade, came back out, and it was still sitting there. 2 hours later, it was still sitting there. My grandson showed up, and I was like, Gavin, can you do me a favor and take that bag to the trash can for me? He threw that right over his shoulder because he's like 6 foot something. But literally not lifting a finger to do anything. He's not even packing his own stuff. So what he did say at the table is they told him he could be here an extra month, but he has to pay a month of the mortgage. Don't know how much I buy that, but I'm just over it. I don't care. What's scaring me is the lack of manpower here. That's what's scaring me because I'm one person. Let's see. Mel, did you manage to get your raised beds dismantled for your boys coming over? No, because that got changed because it rained. Which was shocking because Thomas didn't mention that to me yesterday that he was even considering, but I think the comment made him think about it. I did text Jay about that comment, and he said, no, it'd probably have to be unscrewed. I'm just worried. I don't need Thomas to lose a screw, and I need like the packaging tape. So if you name it, I need it. And at this point in time, it just might be more feasible to get like a $29.99 truck because Thomas has a flatbed, it can only hold so much, and then it's multiple trips back and forth. It just is going to take too long, and I don't think I'll be out of here in time. So if we go by November the 1st, December the 1st, I mean, I don't even know where I'm doing Thanksgiving. I don't even know where I'll be. I don't even know if I'm eating. I'm used to spending it with Johnny and Jared. I make dinner. So that in itself killed me. And to invite my son to stay here and then tell his mom, like, oh, you sold the house. I went and told Jared, like, your name is still on the lease with your girlfriend and you need to go back there as just friends, roommates. You figure something else out and walk in there like the boss that you are. That's what I said to Jared. And then Gavin had made a comment, but I'm pretty sure it came to from my daughter, who was standing there talking to Jimmy like nothing. But her loyalty never lies with me. And like I originally was talking to her about something, and he came right out and started just talking to her. So I thought that was ignorant. But she's just ignorant sometimes. So yeah, they were there talking. I was going to say something else. I forget what it was. I told him I didn't appreciate that. But he's not lifting a finger, folks. He's not lifting a finger. What are they called? Contractor bags. I did say I needed to get to Wawa. Not Wawa, Home Depot. I'm going to need to get some contractor bags. He's like, I'll be back. Goes get contractor bags. After it was suggested by Debbie, I get contractor bags. And he's like, oh, I paid $34 for them. Okay. I looked on the receipt. It was like 27. And then I took 2 bags down. He's like, oh, we're both going to need them. I'm like, it's 2 freaking bags, Jim. So, I mean, seriously, like, I don't even want to deal with it. And this is what really pisses me off is he's a slob pig. That's that. I'm going to really lay it on, like, tell you the facts. And I don't think it's fair to me that I did his laundry room and cleaned up his whole mouse infestation. And now the middle I'm going to have to deal with in order to get to my totes. But I want to go through my stuff, make sure nothing got in there. If there's something on the top, I'm brushing it off onto the floor and disinfecting the tops of my totes. Because this is not that I am better than anyone else, but I've never lived like this. I have kept some things a secret. Constant ants, the constant mice thing I kept bringing up to you guys, or like my friend coming over and constantly checking mouse traps, or I mean, I'm not sucking any of that up. I think said to Debbie on the phone that maybe it would be best if which is going to be hard because I have no umph in my arms, to try to get my totes or whatever out of there, put them in the laundry room because at least I know I cleaned that. And then I can wipe everything off and go through each thing. Should I start bagging up the summer clothes in like a contractor bag, taking it down, find the summer tote, put it in there? I don't know. It's just crazy. It really is just crazy. So, no, so the boys weren't over. Jared was here, but I'm not really trying to ask Jared for help until it's really, really absolutely needed. I don't feel like, okay, it's my garden, yes, but I don't feel like it's their responsibility. But I think when it comes to appliances, things like that, the hutch, the boys can do it. Even if Jared has a torn labrum or whatever it's called. One step at a time, love, and a lot of faith. You can do it. We believe in you. See, Hugo, like there it is. That's why I put that in my comment. And I'm not going to cry. I'll suck it up like a big girl, but been there, done that. Can't believe I'm going through it again. And it's the weight. I feel like I'm definitely not healthy. And if I don't get some extra hands, I feel like you don't have to like the guy. You don't even have to talk to the guy. But if you're my friend, then please help me, you know. But people can't stand him now, and they don't even want to come here to look at him. Or would you be able to look at somebody? Not just my one friend said this. Somebody else said this too. Like, if you saw somebody doing this to one of your friends, would you be able to come over and stand? And I was like, no, probably not. But I would probably push that to the side just to help, you know? I don't know. I need a vacation. But to get back to Huga's comment, I just feel like it was go, 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 go from the moment I got here. Constantly cleaning. Arguments with friends because I wouldn't stop doing for Jimmy. Wouldn't stop this. Wouldn't stop that. Wouldn't leave the house. You know, oh, I can't. Jimmy wants me to do this. Oh, Jimmy wants me to do that. And where did that get me at the end of the day? You know where it got me? Frail, thinner, which is worse now. And questioning myself if I can do it. Only God knows that, but I'm just trying. I'm going to try my best, but I can't say it's easy. But I do appreciate all the comments. That's why I just felt like I had to put it in like my title. Like, can I do it? I don't know. I'm just like doubting my own self. I'm sure it's not an easy job. Hang in there, Mel. Thank you, Red Road Homestead. Keep the faith. I'm trying, Vin. Mel, when you feel tired and you're just, like, you hear my voice, like the lack of sleep. Mel, when you feel tired and you're just standing still, imagine my hands giving you a neck rub and it goes to cheer you up to get you back to it. At least that would be fun. You know what I mean? Hanging out with somebody keeps it entertaining. That would be fun. Right? Then she laughs at Paul. We all laugh at Paul. I love Paul. I know the day God only gives us what we can handle. Well, dang, it doesn't feel that way when you are nose deep in it. That is so true, Erin. So true. You wish giving Mel a neck rub, looking at her pretty butt. Rascal. Joe, you're funny. Does that surprise you, Joe? Melody, he's had you to clean up everything so he could get it sorted for. Okay, no names mentioned here, but someone did say, not just one person. I said, I'm done. Disgusted of his filthy ways and whatnot. Like, I think it's been 3 weeks he just took a shower. Anyway, what was I going to say? Let me relook at the comments so I don't lose my train of thought. Yeah, it's like, well, what's he going to do without a maid and, you know, the other word? I said, I don't know, but it sure as hell isn't going to be me. And I wish someone would have shook the shit out of me. As feisty as I am, as stubborn as I am, as much as I thought I was doing the right thing, this was a side swiper and I didn't see this coming, but I wish, like, Chris or even Jay would have just shook me like, wake the hell up, eye to eye, like, and believe me, no, this is not me talking bad about Jay at all, but he has tried umpteen times, you know, come to my place, let me get you out of there. The problem with that is my dogs. Let me get into that. He took me out to dinner the one time, came back and never even let my dog out, and she pooped. Number two, for like over a week, Sophie's been hiding underneath the bed, and I'm like, I can't get her to go out, and I'm like, what is going on with my dog? She's never done this before. Like, he's like, oh, I don't know. He goes in and goes to bed, and his dog's out here on the couch now. I'm just over it. I'm so over it. And that was a big thing for me. Like, if I don't trust someone with my animals, as much as I would love to get a break and go to Jay's, I can't. They're like my kids, you know? And I feel like something was done to her. So So yeah, two would be a better roommate than Mel. Oh. Hi LP, how are you? Welcome in, happy Sunday. Um, well, let's see. Remember these squashes that I showed y'all? And I was like, oh, I don't know what they're called. You know, these were in my garden, blah, 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 blah. And then I went to Produce Junction. I forgot to tell this story. I went to Produce Junction without knowing any of this. Got a bunch of apples because I told you I wanted to make apple butter and some apple desserts for Thanksgiving. You know, I have all my squashes sitting here from my garden, and I picked up another um, Cinderella pumpkin. Still don't remember the name. So I did grab two more of those and one more of those. And I did the video of the food that I picked up and everything. And that was not even like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I didn't even feel comfortable even posting it. Like of this little food haul of like what I picked up and why I picked it up. But I was also blindsided. So it's like, I also have to leave here with pumpkins and butternut squash and acorn squash, and the temperature in here sucks and it's going to end up destroying it unless I get it into a cool environment very quickly. But technically, yes and no, Cindy. Yes and no. Before coming here, I listened to a guy named Richard describing narcissists, so then Jimmy is a narcissist. I don't know. I can only imagine how stressful this is for you. I know positive words aren't going to fix it, but perhaps change how you talk to yourself. Not can I do this, but this is how I'm going to. I did do that, honestly, LP. That's a valid point right there because everyone's gonna have moment of weakness. And I did say to Debbie on the phone last night, this is the comment that I saw. Everybody's been so generous with the comments. Running my playlist. Please keep running them. Um, Even like with my super chats last Sunday, if it's, I think it was like $54, they won't send it out till it's 100. So that's not going to help me out any. But yeah, I caught myself saying that to Debbie. I feel like once I feel like that, then I try to snap myself out of it. I try to write, like Goofy, chickens, everything I got to get together for the chickens. Seeds, everything I have to do for the seeds. Things like that. That's kind of how I was keeping myself kind of going, is to try to be a little bit more organized. But I literally have been killing myself. Um, that's a great point, LP. Thank you. Oh, Boone, I need lots of those. Bucks County, Cindy Brown. Yeah, right, Paul? Jared, by the way, Jimmy was drinking this. My daughter came over with a whole big thing of like Halloween candy. So Jimmy will eat anything that's in front of his face, diabetic or not. And he was picking up those Huggies. Are those Huggies? Or Huggos, whatever they're called? It's like sugar and dye water. And he goes, oh, they're lousy. And I'm thinking, well, I'm pretty sure they were brought here for like Gav and Jarrett. And, if he can get his hands on it and still eat it, he will. Um, yes, LP, good idea, Mel. This will be hard, but you will get done as much as you can. You're doing great with this bad news. Yeah, and then I'm trying to, what I need to take there to keep me sane. I said to him, I need to take my vanity. I need somewhere to sit. The only flip side to this, which I don't even know because everything's not concreted in stone. He doesn't have a date yet, Thomas. He has to talk to Jean. It's her house. Um, as I said, if my vanity goes over there, I could sit and do work on the computer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've had someone reach out to me that wanted to do business, and that's so pathetic that I'm that busy and I'm passing up business on YouTube and just major changes, some things I want to fix with YouTube. And I thought, it's really snowy and I'm there feeling trapped. Maybe that's something I can do. Or, Thomas and Jean are nice to my dogs. So that might be one of those scenarios where, like, maybe I can get picked up by Jay and get out of there for a bit. His dogs scare me. They scare everyone your first time in, but I always had a big dog phobia, and they're rattle. And he gripped them by the collars and was like, "Come on in with the little dogs," or whatever. Sophie was so scared she pooped. But needless to say, after I was there, I was only there for 30 days, and they were fine. And Jean was nice. She was saying, my kitchen's never looked so clean, and I pulled my weight there. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. So, the totes that I did get, I think here were $20 a piece. I still have to get tape. I need bubble wrap big time for my jars. And just some other, I don't know, because the things are so expensive, the totes. $20 a piece. It's like you can only do like 3, 4 at a time, or whatever. But it probably would make my life easier with a lot more totes, so it can be stacked up. Summer can go on the bottom and winter on the top, even in the basement at Jean's. My Christmas stuff down there is already packed, so that shouldn't, except for the tree, that shouldn't be too much of a project for him to take to storage. So I can't really be mad that he didn't come back on Saturday, because he was straightening up the storage unit that I've been paying $350 a month for. Hi, Hobby Garden for Health. Did I miss you too? F.R. Humphreys, hello. Happy Sunday. How are you? I just got here, was reading comments. I feel bad. Oh. Yeah, what is Debbie the Angel's channel name? She doesn't have a channel, Pam. But she has an account so she can watch everybody's videos. I'll send her over to your way. I think I did say to her, like, gonna have to check out my friend Pam's channel. What a bummer, but thankful that Mel's smart. She'll bounce back. Will I, though? Will I? And here's the other thing, like, this has to be done. And Thomas says, well, you'll get there and then you could go get the rest of your mouth done. And I'm like, I like just lost it, because I'm so like, I was like, can I just get a break? I just need a break. Like, I need a couple months, and then, yeah, I'll move on to that. I understand his intent as well, but I can't even wrap my mind around getting the rest of it all done. Like, I just can't. It's like, it's my own fault to be kind, generous, a maid, a slave, whatever you want to call it, to somebody who didn't appreciate it and doesn't care if he lives like a pig or a slob. And, I'm not used to living like that. I shouldn't have to be sweeping 5, 6 times a day, then running the vacuum once when it's your dog. So, clean up his dog poop. Just pathetic. Pathetic. I'm pathetic. I'm pathetic. What can I tell you? Melanie Prepper would be overwhelmed. I honestly had a hard time watching you clear the garden out. Yeah, Jay bought me that dirt and bought me the beds. I honestly would have never, like, no, put a garden in. No, you're going to garden. To kill myself. To have to take down that beautiful garden that I busted my ass on. I don't want anything to happen to the beds. I'm worried about the soil. It just sucks. I want to take it on chickens. Are you nuts? I'm not that stupid. That's why I said no last year. And it's like, now I take really good care of them, and it will help out, with the eggs for protein, but I don't want them getting, like, sometimes Thomas could be a bull in a china shop, and it's like I go through all that and like 150 bags of mulch for up the aisles, and I would have never put a garden in. I wouldn't have allowed my friend to do that, I wouldn't have ran myself into the ground just trying to put food up. Like, okay, if my friends need it, if my kids need it. I mean, that's where my mind was, to bunker down for the winter. And it's like, what a joke. What a joke. Oh, sorry. Yep. I mean, would you have put a garden in? Would you have allowed your friend? I mean, it was a Christmas gift, but would you have allowed him? I mean, that soil was expensive. I'm grateful. I love it. And, you know, I wasn't sure if Gene would appreciate it being put in a pile of tarps. And I think today he said he was just going to throw it in his garden for now, so it wouldn't get kept here. But I put so much into that. And like my trellis would break. Came over and fixed it. And I just can't believe I'm shuffling around again. Just can't even believe it. Can't even believe it. And I can't. It was like shooting down opportunities to get out of here, to go out in the summer, to go get a break. Like I just wanted to go fishing. Nope. I just wanted to go like have dinner and sit by the river, go to the Three Monkeys, and I just wouldn't allow myself to do it. I felt consumed and stuck here, and like I needed a good shake to knock the shit right out of me and be like, Mel, wake up. But it is what it is. Hi, Joe from Garden State Gardener. How are you, my friend? Well, you can use a few of your seed compartment cases for the screws. Sorry, everyone. You're a survivor. You should focus. You got this. I said that before. I mean, I bounced around after I lost my house. You know how hard that was? Being up Chris's, and it was like I knew no one, and it was like so far away, like away from doctors and stuff like that. No disrespect to Chris, but that's kind of how that went. And I just can't even believe it. And then, you know, my mother-in-law always said you're never supposed to question God, but it's like, how many tests does God have to put me through? And it's like different fears are coming into my head, like I'm not going to make it. I'm going to end up dying because I'm too thin. I'm too worn out. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. So this is my first, like, I guess, official breakdown since last Sunday. So I guess that's not too bad, right? I'll pull it together. Sorry, guys and gals. Just mad at myself. Living high on the hog, and I'm killing myself, so. And all the just opportunities and things I wanted to do with the last few of my summers after I went through it. I should have put myself first. It's hard. Like, once you're going to think you're a single mom and you raise kids, you forget how to put yourself first. Then it causes friction amongst your friends who are trying. And he can't say a damn word, like, even about Jay, who used to come here and feed him breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or, like, Chris would pick up something and he's like, I have to feed Jimmy. It's like, that's what they did. I can't tell you how many times Jay was here trying to help me with the mice. You think he did it for Jimmy? No, it's because I can't live like that. So, kudos to him. I don't know, Vern, you saw me the last time, girl. I'm not a spring chicken. I don't know. And then when you don't have all the supplies to keep packing, it's like, could he get up off of his ass and go to the state store and get me boxes? Something. I'm starting to wonder if they think, can I make it? Can I get everything out in time? That's the kicker. And that part I like to stick right up their asses. But I also have people don't want to come here because they don't want to look at him because of what he did to me. And I understand that. But for me, I don't know. I feel like I need to be rescued. I know, Doreen. So do I, Pam. So do I. I want to tell you this too. Like, Pam saw my live last Sunday, went running into her husband, like, look at this. I mean, and this will just tell you, whether they could do it or not. Her husband was like, that's it. We're getting on a plane and we're going there and we're helping her. Or he had Red Silo Homestead saying it could come get you. If I had a family like Jared or somebody to go with me, I would. It's like the fear of the unknown, Like I lived in Jersey, I lived in New York and Pennsylvania, but that's it, But I'm just so grateful for what anyone can do. And I appreciate the offers. I really, really do. No, he thinks it all should be done for free. So, not another dime. Not another dime. Yeah, like that's the other thing. Like what Debbie's saying right now, she's can't believe it. She's bummed I have to move. You know, I actually met someone that enjoys learning about gardening. You know, and it was always like if Debbie came here to help me, I'm like, here, take all the squash out the door. She made her husband some zucchini bread, a sweetheart, and I felt like I had to confirm, like, when I leave here, Deb, like, I could still call you. It's not too far away. Maybe you could come visit, come see me, or maybe we could go grab a cup of coffee. I don't know. It's just because it was hard. I didn't know anyone. I met Kathy and Mike, super nice, and then I met Debbie. You tried to. Yeah, I had that for a seed. Who got? Who got? I love you. Y'all know me. I'm like a love, peace, happiness kind of chick. Don't get me wrong. I could be feisty, but I think the most. I don't know if this is the eeriest thing. If this is a good thing. Okay, when you have anxiety and you're like in a situation, I felt this before when my situation happened with my police. I feel like your body goes into a flight or fight mechanism, and I can walk by them and be a cool cat. I don't know how much longer I could be a cool cat. Maybe after everything's out, and just literally be like, just come back, you know? My mom always said, give yourself a day to feel sorry for yourself, cry, be mad, then you gotta do what you gotta do. There is no time for that. There isn't. I had enough time to take a shower after everything I did today. Made it on my live on time, and I can't help my emotions when they're gonna come out, I I think the thing that's getting to me is the lack of help and the money for a truck. I just think it would be better just to get a truck so he doesn't have to make 50. If I depend on Thomas for these back and forth trips, we're never going to get out of here. Facts, never going to get out of here. Yeah, and his property, and so he could get more money. I mean, really? And then say to me the other day, I don't know if this is a stupid question, but why did you never get a house? I'm like, I had a home with my husband and I had a home with my fiance. When I decided to take on a townhouse, I was busy. I was running a business. I'm raising two boys that are in sports. When they were like a little bit older, I said, I had a goal. Something in my gut was telling me the year before COVID, maybe I should look. And I didn't listen to my gut instinct. So my bad. My bad on that one. Yeah, right. And then I had like those incidents where it's like, well, I'm not doing this. I'm not cooking for you because I'm buying all the food when I don't go to your family barbecues and you just kind of invited yourself when I wanted to be alone with my kids. And I bought all this shrimp and just all kinds of stuff. 3, 4 big plates. And I'm going to go to bed as soon as he's done eating. I'm like, you could put the food in the fridge. So I thought he was responsible enough to do it and came in like 2, 3 hours later to like, I don't know, $200 worth of shrimp sitting out, spare ribs sitting out, you name it. And that was it. I said, I'm not doing it anymore. And he goes, you gotta cook for me. I said, I'm not your wife and I'm not your girlfriend. You're not gonna treat me like that. Or like different outbursts he would have towards me that nobody knew about, you know. Like when somebody calls you on the phone, whether they're trying to make a joke and I just cracked under pressure. I was like, I can't do this right now. Because you have somebody else that's like, like, it's just too much. Too much. Yeah, I ran a cleaning business and was making like bank. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I have some health problems, and that was that. They're like, that's it. We're putting you out of work. And I think that started the whole thing. Then I went to a counselor because I was crying constantly. Like, what is going on here? And they said you were put out of work, so you were made to sit, and life hit you. You know, and I was missing mom and crying over that. I guess a little empty nest syndrome type of thing that was going on for 3 months. Chris came to the rescue for that, tried to cheer me up. And then she made a statement, this counselor, like, do you want to know what I think is going on? And I said, yes. I'm not ashamed to say I went to a therapist to see what was going on. She said, your post-traumatic stress syndrome is all the way up to here, and your anxiety's right here. We got to get your post-traumatic stress under control. The tears, Melody, because you're brokenhearted. And she said, and I know you really missed your mother-in-law, who was a sweet woman. She said, but did you ever think for a second, because you were so young, you're mourning the loss of your own mom? Never in a million years would I have thought that. Never in a million years. In case you don't know, my mom was 28 and I was a year old, and I lost my dad. I was 3 and he was 33. So when she said that to me, I was like, huh. No, I would have never have thought that. You know? So, and it's like being a caretaker to Lou. Well, I took care of Donna when she had a nervous breakdown. Then I was taking care of Uncle Louie when he had his thing, and he wasn't always the nicest on the block because he's feisty Italian. Took care of him to literally like his dying day. And then I'm like, I need to go on medicine for me. And then my Jared got sick for 1 year and 6 months, so there's never been time for me. Oh, Cindy says, Mel, I'm sure God has wonderful plans for you, and he is just pushing you down the path that wants you to take. Yeah, but I feel like I'm going backwards. You know what I mean? Like, even coming down here, I felt like I was going backwards. Well, my house used to be not that far from here, but this is a nicer area. Just this house is shitty. I just feel bad that I didn't just not think of myself. That is so hard for me to do, is to think of myself. It was like I had this game plan. He had no food. Let me keep going and buying food and stocking up. I know what's coming around the corner in here. You know what I mean? And being prepared and all for it. And Mel, let's get chickens. And I was like, you know what I mean? To just... You know what the kicker is? If he is looking for a place to live, it's not like he's saying, like, not that I would do this now, but he's not even saying, like, well, I'm looking to, you know, you can move. No. So it's just Shady McShade all the way around. Thank you for posting the links, Paul. Mel, are all your videos monetized? I just know I'm monetized. I think all my videos are monetized, yes. And people were super generous last week with doing some super chats. And I had to look that up, like, how does that work? And it said to give us like $55, and you have to be at 100 and before they send that out. And if that was the case and that could get sent out, I would just get a truck and prevent Thomas from having to do this, you know, back and forth type of thing. Because I really do feel like I wouldn't get out of here in time. Because the stove has to go, the refrigerator has to go, my appliances are in here. Alcohol refrigerator has to go. It's like a wine refrigerator. Stove, dishwasher, refrigerator, 2 freezer boxes, totes. My table and chair set that my niece got me, my 2 umbrellas from Jay, some shelves, and the shelf that he bought me for all my jars. I'm just so worried about starting to pack them because I don't have enough towels here like I did when I packed them the first time, and I'm in major need of bubble wrap to wrap them all. because all the bouncing around I did before, I didn't break one jar. But I think, yeah, I think they're all monetized. I have some old ones, you know, they didn't really get a lot of watch time. Let's see. Idaho Garden Girl, hello, happy Sunday, welcome in. Demina's. Okay, let's see. When Jen and Zach moved, they got boxes from Liv. Jay said that. But I'm like one person, right, Grammy Karen? And I was like, can you go take a run? I don't know how to do that. What do you mean you don't know how to do that? You go in and you ask them for boxes. Can you do something? No. No. Yeah, that would be great. Pam said some of my cases that they jars come in, put them in there. I was like, oh geez. Thomas would have to be carrying them down to his basement or loading them onto the truck. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, how are you, Stephanie? Happy to see you in here. Might not be the most upbeat live, but you know, I gotta keep it real. I don't know, Boone. If you saw me naked, you might not think so. I'm gonna shrink to like an A and a 0. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to read some of the comments I missed. Thank you, Vern, for the hugs. One step at a time, one room at a time. How do we eat an elephant one bite at a time? I never ate an elephant. Um, I don't know where I'm getting the strength from. So you figure 2.5 years? Go, 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 go. I was kind of looking forward to the break. Debbie made a valid point that he hit me with this when I was staying up late at night and preserving, making hot pepper, sweet hot pepper jelly jam, 2 different types for hamburgers and hot dogs. You know, I don't eat hamburgers. It wasn't for me. Maybe I want a hot dog, but just all kinds of things. Trying to learn to teach myself to do meat so I could start clearing out some of my freezer. And it's like, bam. So, guess you will get through this. Talk to yourself like you'd want someone you care about to talk to themselves. Think how you talk about how you got through last time. Yeah, LP, I did say that. You know, uh, like I had to go up to Turnpike and I literally had somebody on the phone. I was laying in the back seat because I hate Turnpike after what my ex-husband did. And I'm like on the Turnpike. She stayed on with me the whole time I was laying down. After a while, back and forth on the Turnpike, I kind of got used to it. But now I've been sheltered in here. It's like I fall into these bubbles and can't get out of them. I don't want to be stuck up there at Thomas's. I want to be able to go out and experience things. I just need a little bit of advance notice. I have anxiety. So if I know 24 to 48 hours in advance, okay, I'm going. Like I want to go to the Three Monkeys before I have to leave here. I really do. I want to go down there and eat their food. I want to have a couple drinks. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. And then to boot, like with the Phillies going on here, even though they lost the World Series, it's like finally got to sit down last night. I was getting some pains in my chest. I wanted to call and check on Jared. He was at Xfinity, and suddenly I'm like, listen, check your surroundings. You know, where's my vehicle? Blah, 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 blah. Because I've been letting him use my vehicle because it needs to be driven anyway. And he's like, Mom, it's near Schaefer. I came down with a couple friends. I'm like, please be safe. Please be careful. And if anything seems weird, just get out of there. I can't handle any more stress. Debbie looked at it like, clip the wings. No, my nerves are so shot. I'm worrying about everything. You know, and I said to him, I trust you, and I'm glad that you went there and you're getting out. I mean, he has anxiety, he pushes himself. And, you know, I was just, that first couple minutes of sitting down, I was then engulfed and worried about Jared and how crazy this world is. And I don't want my son to end up getting shot. This is where my brain was going because my anxiety was through the roof. But normally I talk pretty positive. Me too, Paul. Can you get on plane ticket? Oh, thanks, Aaron. You probably are, Pam. Pam says, that kills me. I'm not crying with a crying emoji. Like, I'm not crying, you're crying, right? We'll make a little laugh out of it. I'm sorry I didn't say that to make you cry, but you had the most beautiful garden I've ever seen. I know, Sheila, you didn't. I know. And I doubted myself. I never thought I could do that by myself, you know? A leveler, you know, do the ground. It was just like, and then I stood back and thought to myself, I am hurting in every nook and cranny ever possible. And I had kids. But when I actually got to stand back and look, I was like, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. I mean, it took me a while to admit that I did a good job and it was beautiful, and to see it dismantled and wrecked, and in the world that we're in today, you know. But it just is what it is right now. There's nothing I could do about it, because I'll be damned if it gets left here, which is what I think they want. Because Mike Gavin says something very weird and goes, why don't you sell it to them? I'm like, they don't want to buy it. They're hoping I can't get out in time so they could just keep it. Yeah. Yeah, me too, Paul. Thanks, Pam. Mahusif Huggles from Blue Self Reliance. Thank you, girl. Welcome in. Brotherly hugs for you, Mel. I know. I love you, Joe. I don't get how people can screw people like you, Mel, over. It sucks. Well, it tends to happen to me a lot. I mean, I can be bitchy, but usually if I'm bitchy and I'm not smiling, you know, it's usually an underlying thing, like I'm not happy. But the thing of it is, though, if somebody's offering to do something, let's go do this, let's go that. Yes, true fact. I need a little bit of notice, but I should have just did it. I should have just walked away from this freaking shithole and left him have to deal with it. He don't care though. Obviously, if he left his dog bleed all over and I had to get on my hands and knees and scrub it up a month later, it's just disgusting. Um, yeah, check out everybody's channels, everyone. Melody, when you are in a situation like that, you cannot fathom that another person will take advantage of you. You know, it's weird I said this. It's not someone I didn't know for years and years. He lived with me. My name was on the lease. I gave up my bedroom to accommodate him and his work schedule. Never, ever would I have done that. I've taken Uncle Louie in. I've taken Donna and her son Mikey in. She lost her son, and then she lost her husband 3 months later. She had a nervous breakdown. I got her good to go. She was able to get a place. I mean, I could go on, and it's just like I would never be so shitty and so rotten to someone, or not step up and do something if you could do something, you know? Like, I'm over it, just moving around. Let's see. Okie dokie, hon, no worries. Melody, stop apologizing, sweetie. You're going through a really, really bad, shitty situation, and we all feel for you. I know. Mel, those sweet chickens have given you so much love. They're like your little children, something to look forward to in the morning. Never regret getting them. They put a smile on your face. They do. And I'm a little bit worried because I said, Thomas, your one dog's like nuts. You know, like, well, I have to be dealing with a situation where it kills a bird. And he's like, nah. I'm like, she kills everything that comes in the yard. Not people, but. And he's like, no, she's gotten a couple of possums and stuff like that, but no, she'll be fine. And yeah, I just feel like I'm going to be trapped over there. The only plus side is there's a tub. There's a tub, and I might be in it for a couple months. My body is so sore, and I've neglected things. I missed another doctor's appointment. Remember, I said I had to make a doctor's appointment. They left me a message like, Melody, is everything okay? Because you missed your doctor's appointment. I don't know if you can see this. I will try to go a little bit closer. Hold on. Can you see this? Look at that. Something was in my ear. I was outside. Can't tell you what I pulled out. I felt something there and I pulled it. And once I pulled it, of course, the next day it was inflamed and it was all like really, really bad. And I actually had said to Jimmy, whose niece can come over here to look at his disgusting feet because he's a diabetic. I said, can your niece take a look at my ear? Like, I mentioned urgent care. No, not on the top of the to-do list. And literally, you can't bend it back this way. Trying to lay on the pillowcase, it's hurting. So I don't know if that's a tick. I have no idea. I need somebody with a little bit of medical experience to come check out my ear. No, I love the chickens. They're cute. I haven't really had much time to sit and, I mean, I do get a little giggle. You can hear me sometimes in the garden. It could be the saddest thing. And when that chicken, she follows me around and I go to pet her, she just goes right down and lets me pet her. And I'm like, good bird. Yeah, I'm not a spring chicken, so you're not a spring rooster, Paul. I was with you through the last one, and I will be with you through this one. Red Road Homestead, that's super sweet. So is Boone Ben. Anybody that's been here, like, watch that whole crap that I went through. I was going to go into him, but I was looking at it like, I was raised in Mount Pocono. I was raised on camping. We would go to the beach for like a week, 2 weeks out of the summer. And I just looked at it like, let me go in a tent, get with Mother Nature. Like my friend John Pitsy came down to play cards and, you know. And then Thomas and Jean showed up and then I was there for 30 days. So, but thank you. I appreciate it. No, nothing in writing. I don't understand that. If your friends care about what has happened, then helping you is more important than not seeing you. Well, I mean, it's about a point that you're making, but it also I have to look at both sides of the fence. You know, if the person is disgusted and can't stand to see their friend like that and doesn't want to see the person or doesn't even want to step foot on the property, I mean, I have to respect that. But maybe you could do some drive-bys at night or something so he doesn't have to look at his face. You know, honey, you got to eat or you can't get this done. I've lost down to 97 pounds and found out with stress in my life, 5 days in the hospital and so many tests. And they tell me, yeah, I mean, I'm a person who usually examines my body and stuff like that. And, you know, like I feel something on my leg and it's like I really neglected myself, but, you know, not to be too personal, but I was always like a boob and butt person. And then I just feel like I lost all that weight before I got here. And I cried over it. I fought over trying to just get to 108. I don't even know what I weigh right now. All I know is I feel like a teenager, like teenager boobs right now. Sorry, ladies and gents, but that's how I feel. And I'm seeing it and it's looking really worse. So I need to be fattened up. I don't know. If you don't want to go through that, it tells you 30 days you're about to get out, but don't let them bully you either. You have rights. I did say that, Cindy. Absolutely. I said, what am I going to have to put up with bullshit? Like crap? What if I run past a few days? It's going to be the saga? Because I don't think he wants the saga either. And he was like, no. And I said, but what if I got to come onto the property? I'm going to be trespassing? I just need extra hands and the supplies. Go to the thing. Go to the state store. Go get me some boxes. Get up off your ass. Move your shit out of my way in the basement so I can get to my stuff packed. Boom, boom, boom. Craziness. I love you, Cindy, too. Big time. Yep, and stress is a killer, I know. Well, I'm doing the ensures that oh my gosh, must that Red Silo Homestead sent me? It's like a 4-pack. It's 3 sleeves, French vanilla and chocolate. It's protein. Um, and I've been trying to just, you know, and try to eat a yogurt at night, even if I could barely even chew because I'm so tired, you know. Let's see. Mount Maple Ranch, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Maybe Mel, God wants you to ask for the help you need from your boys, but wait until you're past desperate. They love you. They want to know if you need them. Yeah, I did call Johnny on the phone and I was like, listen up. Sorry about the blur. I said, listen up. This cannot all just be put on Thomas because then he's like a bull in the china shop. And I said, you have a gazillion friends. You're friends with all this military dudes and cops. So I'm looking closer to a date, like once I have these things packed. Thomas's muscles, Johnny, some of his buddies, they can get it out. I know the door had to be taken off the refrigerator. I mean, so that's going to be a little bit of a thing. And the freezer box downstairs, I need a solution. Take the food out, let them carry it out. I don't know, because there's a lot of food here. But yeah, if Johnny can get some guys together, I will call him and ask him. Same with Jared. And I had told Jared, you need to go back to where you have your name on the lease and walk in there like your boss. I don't care. Because that was a disgrace to tell him to come here and then tell his mom that X amount of days later. My daughter told him he could go there, but not unless he makes a true effort to go back home. She was straying, and that's why, like, not coming home. My son's not down with that. But, you know, me and Jared are good together. So, wish we could just live together, but it's just the money down. It's not going to work. Not right now, anyway. But I will. I'll call him when I get a closer date. Did he want more from you relationship wise? Sounds like he wanted more than. No. No, if you do you see him? No. He just wanted a slave, maid, cook, chef, you know. Cut the grass, weed, whack, take the trash out. So he could sit in a chair and do nothing. I mean, he couldn't even like clean up his own dishes. After a while, he was just leaving them for me. It was like, last I checked, I mean, skinny or not, with a little tan, I'm white, low. No, so he just really was taking advantage. Well, of course, the circumstances suck, but at least you're going to get away from him. Yeah. Just awkward though. Like, it's Jean's house. I don't know. Tom and sister are not together, but it kind of seems like they are. I don't want to interfere in that. And when I said something to him, like, well, I'll just be in that room or out or in the tub. And he was like, why would you stay in there? And I said, well, it's not like I could go out back near the fire pit. Like, things that I did for the 30 days I was there. He knows I have to work, so I'll be using the kitchen and I have to take some things over there. Because I'm not going to be like having to wait for Jean to get done working or whatever she is doing and being like, Jean, do you have a spatula? Jean, do you have a KitchenAid? No, I'm just going to take one of the things that I need so I can still put out content. If you see videos coming out now and I'm trying to put a date on them, it's because they're videos that were in my phone. So I have some type of comment, but if you can post me on your community tab and ask people to run the playlist, please watch the commercials. That would help me out a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Thank you, Paul, for getting that. Wow. I whacked a troll. Paul says, yippee, I whacked a troll. Laugh out loud. That's funny. You're doing the cha-cha. That's a good way of looking at it. Blue said, you're not going backwards. You're doing the cha-cha. I mean, everybody's goal at the end of the day is to be happy, right? I mean, don't be like me and be foolish and stay single for 10 years. But, you know, that would be the ultimate goal. Or just be like, I don't know, or someone where you know. I used to say this thing that people I generally cared about, we were going to go out and about. I'm like, if I put my life in your hands, do you guarantee that you're going to keep me safe? Yeah, absolutely. Jay Fianco said that. My other friend Jay said that. I mean, we were going to Jay's like really nice house. I forget where it was. And my heart was hurting. And he was like feeling. And he was like, no, beets are pretty good. It just, that was like reassuring, you know? So, yeah, anxiety works in a very strange way. And some people can't relate to it. Other people educate themselves on it. And they're like, oh, now I get it, you know? So I'm trying. Good job, Erin. It takes practice to think of yourself, but you only need an hour a day. Just step away for an hour a day for you and build on that. That is true. So, so true. Mount Maple Ranch. The only thing I was kind of thinking is like be some downtime there or wherever. Could journal. I mean, I did get this done. You know, Jay got me my vertical planners. I found the stickers. I didn't want them to go on those beautiful vertical planners, so I put a sticker that came with them, one on each one. These are done. They might not be the most organized, but I have all them done, ready to go and packed up, and decided to just put a cute little sticker that, you know, came with the vertical green stalk planners. And he's also done a lot. Green stalk planners, and I mean, come on, the list could go on and on. I give credit where credit's due. And but I was thinking like hot baths. Maybe I can't really get out there a whole lot. There's nothing really near there. I'm gonna need to make a state store run for a fact. And I'm not even a big drinker, but I like toasted almonds. So I'm gonna need toasted almond stuff like Kahlua, amaretto, frangelica, white Godiva chocolate, plenty of half and half. And as long as I guess I have my coffee, orange juice, and my yogurts, you know, like I guess when I take a bath, maybe I can journal, or I would need some candles. I use like a product I used for a long time, and so did my Jarrett. Not to embarrass them. Bath and Body Works. It's their stress relief one. They have the candles and the lavender one. Only two I ever bought. Bubble baths and good soakings. I don't even think I was this stressed out then. Like I felt stressed then, but it was other circumstances. But it really, really worked. And comfortable spot to lay my head. So just want people to come visit me too. I don't want to feel like I'm there. I caught myself crying to Johnny on the phone, like, you can't just leave me there, you know. Where are we going to spend the holidays? And I know that she's doing Thanksgiving with her family, so I don't know where I'm doing Thanksgiving. If it wasn't for my dogs and having to worry about my dogs being mistreated, I would go somewhere else for Thanksgiving. I would cook for someone else at their place, but, you know, I want to have Thanksgiving with Johnny and Jarrett, maybe one other person, not with him, who just always took advantage. Chris made this comment. Hopefully, he doesn't mind me sharing. And he said, Jimmy's so weird. It's like, you're an amazing cook, chef, baker. And you would say, how is it? And he's like, okay. Chris is like, what? I don't think anyone has ever told you your food is okay. He's like, you can cook your ass off, Mel. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of how he was. So I'm just over it. I'm over it. And I know I got to keep pushing through it. I just am scared that I'm not going to have enough equipment. I think a truck is the best way to go. So that's finances, and just get it done, get it on there, get it out of here. Probably the faster the better. This might not be what you want to hear either, because you're in a shit place, but I keep hearing you say you never think of you. You worry about everyone else. That is true. I think that just came from, you know, I lived, shit, eat, slept kids, and of course they're older now, but it's like you want to be there to be able to help when, like, say Jared had a problem or whatever. But I can't just tell Jared he could come. Jimmy did. And then hits me with that on a Sunday. You know what Jared said to me? I would have never came there. And it makes me feel like bad, you know. I said, I understand that. I said I'm completely sideswiped too, so to also hurt my kid is a whole other thing. Did I mention I asked to get a ride to urgent care to get this looked at, and asked them to send his niece, who's a nurse, to come here? Nope, it's still there. For all I know, it could be a tick. I don't know, but it's hard to sleep on. I have to head out and clean up the house, take care of all. Bye, Cindy. Love you, girl. Email me. Oh, Cindy, I got all your other emails. Just what were we talking about? The books, ebooks, I think. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I didn't see Joe Serrano's phone number either, Mr. Joe. It seems like you have that family first, me later, and later never comes. Oh my gosh, that's so it. That's so it. I'm gonna be snagging that in 3-4 days when my chat opens up for real, for real. Because that is me. But have a great week, Cindy Brown. Love you, girly. Marks or the Max going to have that newborn? I'll be ASAP. Perhaps God keeps telling you to look out for you. Maybe it's not so much you're being tested, but you keep being led to love you, appreciate you, see your talent. Do you see what he's showing you? That's so deep, LP. I think, I don't know, like, I like people at the table eating dinner. I like preparing food for people. It soothes my soul. I don't know. It's just who I am, you know? And knowing that I can garden and my friends or family would never starve, you know? But I understand what you're saying. Me first. I know. I know, and I love you for that. No, you are monetized. All your videos are also now. Good. Thank you, Paul. So, yeah, if you just want to help in any way, links are down below underneath for like PayPal or even the smallest thing, prayers, running my, posting my channel and the situation on your community tab would be great, great, really helpful. And really watching the videos, run them all, because I know I don't have my playlist like exactly in great order. And let the commercials play. Van of the Lamb was writing me like, okay, on to round 6 or something like that, which I didn't see him on here tonight, but love him too. But yeah, if you can run the playlists with the commercials, that would be very, very helpful. Would help me out a lot, believe me. He's going to make me money. Oh, that's going to be great when that's up. It's in your analytics as revenue, and your videos should be listed per video on what they are making. I did see, like, just within a couple days, I think it was like you could see people were running it. So that was a major plus. And if somebody can keep doing that, that would be totally awesome. And share this out to try to just get other people that maybe may not be subscribed. And I feel bad for people that had come in here now, a little confused, or they're not subscribed. Maybe think about subscribing, catching up on videos, let commercials play, do chores, let it run on your phone. That would help out. Oh no, you'll be up on a roof? Oh no. Insulators, family, get it done. Yeah, that was a good question, LP. Have you thought about calling a women's care center, crisis center, some to that effect? That doesn't mean you're weak, but just to have some outside help, and maybe they have additional resources. No, because they usually want to, like, they talk about shelters or whatever, and since COVID, that's not happening. Just a couple extra hands, and I think not like a big U-Haul, but I think that boxes, totes, a U-Haul, and just go. Be done with it. It will kill me. I will be bringing you along when things start getting dismantled. Um, officially taking the garden down. I can show you. I mean, I can't really show you the pots. I did empty the whole kitchen herb garden, but if you can think it, I dug it up. I still have 2 knockout roses, 3 things that are perennials from my kids. I have to dig that up. And the chicken coop should be interesting. And I need something to put them in because I don't want to stress them out when it is time for the ride. And I figured the green fencing with the T-post because it could give them more of an area to come out and a barrier from Thomas's dogs. I'm so sorry you have to deal with all this life-changing chat. I know. It's absolutely terrible, Coach. It really is. But I love you, Joe. Be gentle with yourself. It's not wrong to care about people. It's not wrong to care about yourself. Thank you, F.R. Humphrey. I really appreciate that. This normally warm weather allows the ticks. It could be a tick. But it was like 2 weeks ago, and that's the problem. If not 2.5 weeks. So when you press up in here, which is not exactly on that, severely sore, and if underneath of it, really sore. And I had a bad dream I was going to have to get my ear cut off. Don't ask, it's probably just stress. I'm sure we can organize a few drive-bys with the people on here. Like, oh, that's funny. My car would make it. I would be there, Mel. Oh, I wish. I really do wish. Mel, if you need boxes from State Store, I'll ask my hubby to pick you up. Can I say this right now? This is seriously. I might not remember exactly. Debbie's husband is much older. I don't know if she feels comfortable with me. She can do that, but he's up there, let's say 80s, and on 2 canes, and can crawl under a car and do this and that, and he can't go get boxes. Oh my gosh, Deb, I so appreciate that. And my stomach was hurting the other night, and her hubby pulled up outside when she was over here helping me, and he got me an apple cider. Lovely, lovely people. But I mean, to be in his 80s, he gets around better than Jimmy does. There's no excuse for pure laziness on his part. He ought to be ashamed of himself. So, oh. But thank you, Debbie. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Either Mel, I meant to say, don't wait until you're past desperate to ask for their help. Sorry for autocorrect. No, that's okay, LP. I appreciate it. Don't expect anything more from him. Oh, I don't want anything from him, and I don't listen. I was watching it happening, and then talking about it like lazy, all that. Yeah. It's so sad. It really is, good. It really is. Do you have mobile urgent care you can call? Make an appointment. They come to your house. Who's that for, Aaron? Urgent care? No, I don't think so. We don't have mobile urgent care, but I'll look into that. I've heard people say you have to clear your watch history to watch videos again and have it count. And the volume has to be up just slightly is what I heard as well. I'm also asking about the Women's Health Center for you personally, your mental health. Have someone professional to talk. Yeah, I have Debbie across the street, and honestly, I may have broke down. I know, for my ear. I know. I may have broke down and had a moment. It's hard to see that work I put into that garden be ripped apart, but I'm human. I have my weak moments, but I'm not always a Debbie Downer. But yeah, I packed up all my books. They're in a box over here. So I am making some progress. I think just the not having the boxes and stuff is, you know, I feel like I could be getting more done. And, yeah, I'll make do. So just bear with me, like I said. Thank you. Big shout out to Cosmic Lottie for my look. Deb and Pam, my cute slippers. So I don't slip and fall. I ain't wearing these in here because I stopped cleaning. You should see the floors. So cute. Absolutely love them. It really put a smile on my face that day because I just was not feeling it. And 2 more pot holders so I don't burn myself. Pressure canning. So great big shout out to Passamaquoddy. Absolutely love them. Love them, love them, love them. That's going to be funny. That's going to be funny. Keep my feet warm. I do have a jacket and Amazon winter coat that I have to get ASAP before it sells out. And super excited to be getting eggs, everyone. I am grateful. And I'm happy that I'm a good chicken mommy. And I just want the chickens to be safe. So that's my other thing. And so videos this week. I have to redo my, what did I put up for the winter? And then the other one will be the pantries, the canned goods, before I go and pack it all up. So just a moment of weakness. I mean, what can I tell you? I'm human too. And I just worry. I'm just worrying about all sorts of things. But I do really honestly love you all. Thank you for all the support. If you watch this back, thank you, thank you, thank you. Red Silo Homestead for all the help. LP, you know, just... put it on the community page, run the videos, and run the commercials. But you have to have a little bit of volume up, I heard. Sandwich, yeah. They're actually really, really good. But looky, my eggs aren't too dirty. I didn't even wash them off yet. There's one piece of like straw or bedding there, and one little piece of dirt, I guess. And this is my newbie egg. So, yeah, so I'm allowed to have my moment of like, can I think I can do this? I don't know if I could do this. I'm not that rock anymore. But at the end of the day, I don't know what God built in me. So maybe God has a lot more faith in me than I have in myself to be this strong woman. And thank you for this amazing community. But that's the updates of what happened and what can go and stuff like that. And now it's just back to grinding it. Back to grinding it. And getting it done, really. But I can't. I have to wait to talk to Thomas tomorrow. See if he talks to Jean with a date. And then I'll have a little bit more of an idea. But you'll see the kitchen herb garden video with Thomas loading up the truck for the wood. And then I will do a video and show you what I got done with the beds. And Debbie and I are going to rip out the in-ground garden. And then maybe we'll do some stuff in here. But so I love you all. And I'm sorry if I was a Debbie Downer. It happens sometimes, don't it? But I love you all. And stay tuned for videos this week. If you see something that has a date on it, that's mean it's been in my phone. I have a Halloween one of me picking videos saying I'm going to make a dinner for me and my Jarrett, pork chops and all. And I was like, oh, it's Halloween. I should probably text them. I have that video. I probably will put it out there, but just an FYI, we didn't have dinner. We didn't get to have dinner because it was Halloween. He had plans, and I stayed in my room on Halloween and left Jimmy get up and down, which was only for 8 kids. I'm glad I didn't decorate. And the rest of the candy, he only bought 3 small bags. He wanted to know if I had a piece of candy. Because why? Because he ate it all in there. So, that is that. Yeah, congrats on the eggs. It's so exciting. It really is. Of course, you are allowed to have your moment. The Grand Canyon is water, rock, and look how awesome it still is. It's true. Those fried egg sandwiches. Scrambled eggs. Yes, Joe, it was so good. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Thank you, Garden State Gardener. And thank you. You really didn't have to do that. Joe sent me $10. I think they only took like, I don't know, a couple cents out of it, which was a shocker, to my PayPal. So my PayPal information's down below. And like I said, just stick it out with me. I'll bring you along for the whole thing. We all have those moments, hon, especially when we're going through it. Take care. You too, Blue. Love you, girl. Eggs all the way. Yup. I'm here lurking tonight, but still praying. Thank you, Miss Andale. Never apologize for being real, Mel. Yeah, I'd rather be real than be fake, right? Hugs, Melody. Thank you, Vern. So love y'all. And I don't know if he's still on here, but that's what Red Silo did. No. Okay, am I saying it right? Because, my brain. Red Silo Homestead, Kentucky Grow Lab, did the same thing with my PayPal last week that blew me away, which was a great big help to be able to get some totes and stuff. So, loves and hugs. I mean, you guys just rock me. I kid you not. So, if anybody wants to contribute to anything, PayPal's down below. Run my playlist, watch the commercials, and just, that would work. Thanks, Mel, and I'm hoping I don't get any provisions this week finally. Give you a call. Thank you. I'd really appreciate that, Joe. Thank you, Suzanne. You also have a safe week. Shame the Phillies didn't win the World Series, but that's okay. Have a good week, everyone. Praying for you, Mel. We're here for you. Thank you, LP. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the moderators. You're amazing. And on that note, my voice sounds terrible. Paul, I love you. Praying always for you, my friend. See you tomorrow. Absolutely, Deb. Pam, love you. I'll call you. And I'll talk to you soon, everyone. Have a blessed, safe week. And I'm just gonna hold up my 3 eggies. But I love you all. We'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.